Hey, what is up? My name is Rubidium. Today we are looking at this light right here, the Intellytech Light Cloth LC-120. So a couple of people who saw my LED showdown last week asked for a little bit more in-depth information about this light, and very happy to oblige. If I was starting out as a filmmaker right now, doing this kind of two-camera stuff, this is probably the first light I would buy. It is the same sort of form factor as a KinoFlow 4x4 bank used to be, maybe a little smaller, but it folds up into something like this. So it's 3 panels of LEDs. Here's your wire, and it opens this way and then this way to give you 3 conformable sources of light. Now, you could potentially just tape this to the ceiling or tape this to a wall if you're shooting in a confined space and get a really cool effect that way. And it's very versatile for that reason. But the way that most people will probably use it, the way I use it, is in the softbox that comes with it. It comes with this Velcro softbox that sort of assembles around the flat-packed foldable panels. And you can add diffusion to the front. It comes with this really easy to use egg crate or spill grid that Velcros on the front. It has a lot of features that lights that are some 10 times the price don't come with, which is built-in V-mount batteries, battery mount, built-in remote control that's powered off USB. You can recharge it, and you can do all the things that the light does. So if I want to change the color from all the way from 3000 all the way up to 9,999 Kelvin, I can do that. I can be looking at the monitor and dial in my exposure to give an idea of exactly what I want without having to go behind the light or touch the dials. This thing is really bright. It's one of the it has new generation LEDs in it that when you have this many of them together projecting at a source, put out an incredible amount of light. So this is with the diffusion and the softbox off, and we're at 4% brightness. If I go all the way up to 100, the camera can't find my face anymore, so I'll have to add some ND. Okay, this is at 100%. It's about 3 feet from me. I've had to add some ND to the camera to get any kind of exposure. So with the diffusion off at full power, I'm getting 400 foot candles at about 3 feet. You may never need to use the light at this sort of intensity, but it is good to know that you can. The way that I've been using this light is as an interview light, which is much more compact than my LightMat 2L that has to be that doesn't fold in. It has to be it can't be transported as easily. I've been using it as a portrait light for photography because you get this lovely wide light in one sense, and then you can rotate it to make it horizontal, to make it vertical, and then you get a nice body light, either to use as a 3/4 front light or a 3/4 kicker, a scratch, and you have all the advantages of it being bicolor, of it being dimmable, of it being very light, so you're not moving around the heavy unit like you would with a Kino 31. You know, it's hard to go back to those big, heavy, powered sources of light once you've got something that's super flexible. It really reminds me of the photography days of using flashes, where you just had a little flash head, you could diffuse it. It was just on a light stand by itself. You could move it around. There was no, running cables and all that stuff, all that hassle. The light with all the accessories is going to be available mid-May, and it's going to be $8.99. You can get it from B&H. I'll put a link in the description, or from Intellytech's own website. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's any other lights you'd like to see me review, and we'll see you next time.